Hi friends, how are you? In this video we are going to learn about measurement of extracellular fluid volume. It is one of the method of measurement of body fluid volumes. The extracellular fluid volume is difficult to measure as the limit of this space is ill defined and few substances mix rapidly in all parts of the space while remaining exclusively extracellular. Methods of measurement. Extracellular fluid volume is measured by volume distribution principle using inulin, a polysaccharide having molecular weight of 5200. Radioactive inulin is prepared by substituting chlorine 14 for one of the carbon atoms of the molecule. Radioactive inulin levels are easily determined by counting the samples with suitable radiation detectors. Also, chloride about molecular weight 36 and 38 and bromine 82, mannitol and sucrose are used for measurement of extracellular fluid volume. Chloride is largely extracellular. Therefore, radioactive isotopes of chloride 36 and 38 are used for the purpose. However, extracellular fluid volume determined by using chloride is greater than actual volume as some chloride is also present in intracellular fluid. Bromide 82, sulfate, thiosulfate, thiocyanate and ferrocyanate are also used for measuring extracellular fluid volume as these ions interchange with chloride in the body. They determine greater values for extracellular fluid. Mannitol and sucrose have also been used to measure extracellular fluid volume. Measurement of plasma volume. Plasma volume is determined by two dilution methods. First method. In the first method, the substance used neither leaves the vascular system nor penetrates red cells. Examples are events blue dye that remain bound to plasma proteins, radioiodinated human serum albumin RIS, that is serum albumin labeled with radioactive iodine. It slowly escapes from circulation into the interstitial fluid. Suitable sample of injected solution and plasma samples obtained after injection are counted in a scintillation counter. Radioiodinated gamma globulin and fibrinogen. These substances generally don't leak out of the bloodstream. Second method. In the second method, radioisotopes of phosphorus 32 and iron 55 and 59 and chromium 51 are used that penetrate and bind to red cells. Therefore, the red cells volume, that is, volume occupied by all the circulating red blood cells in the body, can be measured by injecting tagged red cells intravenously after thorough mixing has occurred. The fraction of the red blood cells that tagged is measured. Commonly used tag is chromium 51, which is attached to the red cells by incubating in a suitable chromium solution. Then plasma volume is calculated by using the formula plasma volume is equal to 100 minus packed cell volume, that is by 100 into volume. Plasma volume is equal to 100 minus packed cell volume by 100 into blood volume, PCV. Packed cell volume, which is practically the red cell volume, that is hematocrit. Measurement of interstitial fluid volume. Interstitial fluid volume can't be measured directly as it is difficult to sample and no substance penetrates exclusively in this compartment. Substance that equilibrates in interstitial fluid also equilibrates in plasma. Therefore, the interstitial fluid volume is estimated as the difference between extracellular fluid volume and plasma volume. I think it is clear to you guys. In next video we are going to learn about measurement of intracellular fluid volume. It is also one of the measurement of body fluid volumes. If you like this video, like, share and subscribe. Thank you.